Ooh, how's it
Hey,
going, everybody?
how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Dave?
Pretty good. It's a Sunday in November. The sun was shining, and we're going to be talking about trees.
Not too bad. That's what we do here at the Bonsai YouTube community.
That's right. BYC going live. I was having trouble again, folks. I tried to record this, but it only gave me the live, like go live now, instead of where the record button normally is. So, but we'll get this recorded at some way or another here. I know last time you sent me a link, Dave, where I could watch it, so it was recorded somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's still on your page. I think it's in the live section of your.
Yeah. Well, and if it is there, I should be able to download it and stuff. But there we go. Well, welcome, everyone. It is the 16th of November. And oh, my gosh, the days are getting shorter. Us bonsai nuts are pretty much done with the bonsai shuffle. If you've been watching Dave Harding over there, Dreaming of Bonsai, he's been showing us a lot of the trees that have got a little bit too cold over there. Dave, tell us your journey this year. Were you behind schedule on a few, or what was going on there?
Well, I'm as you can see behind me, this is like my overwintering / tropical areas. This is the new garage, and I hadn't quite got all the boxes out of the way, so I was bringing the tropicals inside and outside every single night for a while, and I missed a night. So luckily, I think everything survived, but we had some close calls.
Some close calls. A little frost never done anybody any harm, right?
The leaves are going to fall off eventually. It's fine.
It will. They will definitely fall off. So things good in general with the setup? You getting yourself more situated with your move in the last couple of months?
Yeah, things are getting a little bit getting better. We've been taking it a little bit slow because if we do it all at once, you get a little burnt out. But yeah, everything in the house is pretty much good to go. There's just little pockets of areas that have boxes, but it's fine. It's no big.
Big shout out to the Bonsai Zone. Look at that, Dave. Just 25 minutes to go. So he was on ready to go at 4:35.
Oh, nice. Hey there, everybody else out there.
Yeah, we got some great folks up there. Hey, Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors is here. First to like, way to go, Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Mr. Stott in the house. Very, very cool. Who we got? Well, Nate's here, of course. Hey there, Nate.
Hey, Nate.
All the bonsai enthusiasts. We got Steve in his backyard. Well, we don't know if he's in his backyard, but he's here with us. And we'll see if, I don't know, we're going to get him online today with us there, Mr. Dave?
I think he was saying that he was going to stop by.
All right.
If you want, come on by.
We'll put the link in the chat here in a little bit. Sarah's on queue for us. I've met a new potter in town. So I not only have Sarah Rayner down in Red Wing, I have Sarah Lund in Hudson, I believe is where she's from. She'll verify that. And she's going to talk to us about her journey. She has gotten, I think she's taken a deep dive in pottery. So while we have her on, everybody, we're going to be kind and courteous, and we're going to tell her exactly what we want in our pots. No pressure. We're just going to tell us. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to look at some of her pots. I got some great pictures downloaded from her and just some of her stuff. And we've already got some Minnesota Bonsai Society club members snatching them up. My buddies Mark and Alan were with me yesterday for a little bit. And I know Alan bought a few pots from Sarah. So that's awesome.
You're lucky to have some potters out there right near you. So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Bald Yeti's on the docket here. Thanks for Billy joining us. Lee's Trees with us today. Nice to see some people ready to just hang out, collaborate, and talk bonsai with this wonderful YouTube community that we have, which is why we have the BYC. It's the Bonsai Unity YouTube community. It's so much easier to say BYC, right, Dave?
I like BYC. It's a lot easier.
BYC. It's the BYC. And hey, if you want to get in touch with me and ask me or Dave, there's Dave, Dreaming of Bonsai, gmail.com, and my bonsaiacres at gmail.com. You want to talk about something on the show? You want to come on the show? You want to highlight something? You want to be a part of this mayhem? Well, shoot us an email. Give us some ideas. We're just shooting at the hips right now. The first couple shows, just getting people to know that we're doing this. We're trying to do this about once a month, and maybe we'll do more, right, Dave?
Yeah, for sure. And actually, before it gets too crazy, I wanted to show you something that, if you've got a minute.
I got a minute.
I wanted to show you something interesting. As I was going in my garden earlier, I have this sweet gum tree here, And look at the fall foliage. Look, you see the green on that corner. This is the side that was towards my arborvitae in the backyard. And then look at the red over there. I just thought, isn't that beautiful? Like the transition right there from season within these little trees. I just saw that. And I was like, I got to bring this on for tonight because
That's awesome.
isn't that cool?
Yeah. There's nothing more amazing than fall colors in our country when you see like 3 or 4 colors all represented in one tree. And there you go, in bonsai form.
I know, right? I mean, there's 3 trees in here, but I saw that. I was just like, I got to show everybody this real quick because
that's good timing, Dave. You know, a week ago today, when if you anybody ever watches the CBS program Sunday Morning, they talked to just about that very thing, color in bonsai trees. And so there was a good piece down at the Pacific Bonsai Museum out there on the West Coast, and the curator out there, I always forget his name, but they did a great piece of Sunday Morning. So check out CBS's Sunday Morning show. Look at the archives. You look at last Sunday's viewing of that. So, well, awesome. I'm going to add to the stage here a little photograph here. This is what I love about us hobbyists and people who are digging into this new craft. I would like to believe that this is Sarah's living room, and you know, I'm in my living room, kind of, sort of, and Dave's in his basement. So, you know, we do this and out of the passion of just something we love to do. And so I would love to welcome everybody to the stage. This is going to be her first join on the group. And other than Minnesota Bonsai Society, she's a newcomer to most of you, I'm assuming. But Sarah Lund, can you hear me? And are you there?
I can. Hello.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. I have met so many potters in the last couple of years, and so I know a big emphasis on the show with Dave and I here in the coming months when we talk about bonsai. You can't have a bonsai tree without pottery. So thank you so much for taking the time on your Sunday evening and hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yes.
So let's get, anybody have questions too, shoot them on in the old comment section for Sarah, and we'll get them to her if we can think them all. Dave and I are keep track of some of the questions as they come in. But let me start it off, Sarah. So you and I met at one of the first, I think it was your first auction in the spring here of this year. Was it just this year that we met?
We met this year, but my first time was last year.
Gotcha. So you've been to a few auctions.
Yes. Yeah, but this year was the first time I actually felt that it was substantial enough to put one into the auction.
Substantial enough. Let's dig right in then. So what got you into making bonsai pots? And tell us a little bit about your pottery background.
So I started during the pandemic, and I had taken a hiatus from work, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to go take a pottery class at the Phipps, which is our local theater here in Hudson.
Yep.
And from there, I started hand building, and probably within the last year and a half, I got myself a wheel and kind of retaught myself and really boned up on the YouTube and learning and seeing everybody else's process, and kind of self-taught in that way. But my brother-in-law, Randy, he is also in the Bonsai Society, and he does the trees. And he said one day, well, why don't you start making pots?
Why not?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So how long have you been making bonsai pots?
Oh, I
Did we lose her?
think we might have lost her. Are you frozen?
Let me remove her and put her back on.
Maybe that'll do it.
Uh-oh.
Spinning
We
the
might
wheel.
have watched Tuss with Sarah. We'll have to get her back. Oh, there we go. So how long have you been doing just bonsai pots? You'd probably do other pottery still, but how long have you been actually making these pots then?
So about a year and a half, I've been really focusing in on and honing in on the pots themselves.
Can you see the screen with the pots that I'm showing everybody right now?
Mm-hmm.
I love this one. Have you sold it yet? This blue one is very, very cool. I love the soft color on top and the ridge on the bottom. That is an awesome pot. Very, 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 very cool.
That's awesome.
It is. I don't hear Sarah. We must have lost her again.
Oh, did we lose her again?
Possibly. So a couple of her pots. I will upload a few more pots here as we go along. Let me remove and put her back on. See if she can.
Oh, I think we had her.
There we are again. I don't know why we're losing you.
I don't know. I do my pottery here in the basement, and that's where I figured I'd do it. But I didn't think I can usually get my music to play, so I figured I'd be able to get video to play.
No worries.
So what have you discovered so far in making these bonsai pots? What's been the hardest part? What's starting to click for you? Tell us about how you've transformed here in just a year's time, because your pots certainly, I'm seeing more of them, and they're looking more and more evolved in some ways. I don't even know if I can describe it, but tell us your little journey here in the last year. What is shifting, and what are you learning?
So, I've taken from every show auction that I've been to, and kind of seen what the people are liking. And I've noticed a lot of the pots are pretty neutral or subdued in this area, or from what I've seen. I'm not an expert by any means, but I like to add the color. And so, I try to tell people that maybe they can find a pot and then match the plant, versus the vice versa.
Always the question, right? Yep.
Yeah. So I've just, I've really kind of honed in and done a lot of research. I have a couple of friends who are actually in the Tucson Bonsai Society out there. And, he's really helped me with figuring out different regions and what kind of people are looking for in different regions. And so I've just taken everything that I've been told, and I am all about constructive criticism. I think, Dave, I said that to you as soon as we met. I said, give me whatever you can.
I love that you're adding color. And one of the things with, I can only speak for the Minnesota Bonsai Society here, and this might be different, Dave, and other people can chime in on the questions. And I haven't been watching the questions close enough if there are any. Look at this, amazing pots, Sarah. There you go. Let's put that up on the board there. Amazing pots, Sarah, from Nate. Thanks, Nate.
Thank you.
A lot of people in Minnesota Bonsai Society don't do a lot of tropicals. In Minnesota, it's a little bit harder to do tropicals, and some people shy away from it. Some people just don't like tropicals. And we see a lot more color, splashes of color, typically in tropical trees. But that said, there's also plenty of deciduous trees with, the maples that turning colors, like the tree that Dave just showed. That tree shows off 3 or 4 different colors. You could have a pot with any one of those colors to pick up some of those highlights. So some of the deciduous trees should also get us into a lot more color. Then it's always the discussion, I would imagine, between classical bonsai or traditional bonsai and more natural bonsai. And it seems like people who like a little more natural bonsai with just a tree that looks more like a tree, just in miniature, versus a very, very prune, very, it's the traditional Japanese style typically. A lot of those are in typical Chinese and Japanese pots, but I love that American potters are stretching this out a bit. And the pot that's in front of us right now, fantastic. A pot like this, look at those colors in there. You got some greens in there and some blues in there. I love the textured feet with the different sharp, darker contrast in those feet. So just lovely. So, your pots are stunning, and I can't wait to get my hands on a couple of them. And yeah, constructive criticism, or not even criticism. It's just like, what are people liking? So let me ask you this then, and I'll open up to Dave next if he has a question brewing up, or anybody else. Have you started or have you done any commission work yet? If someone says, hey, I'm looking for a pot, yay big, yay color scheme, are you doing that yet? Or tell me more about that.
That was one of the things where at actually both auctions, the spring and the fall this last year, I haven't had anybody reach out yet. Shoot me an email. But I've said, if you like the color, if you like the shape, I can make it, 2 inches wider and inch smaller, or, however they choose. But I have put that out there. And I do my best to get it to what their desire is. I've done other commissions aside from the bonsai, and I've come pretty close to inspirational pictures that people send me. So I've I feel like I've got a decent eye on, you know, if somebody sends me something and says, this is what I'm looking for, I'm pretty confident that I can produce. Now I am limited in space as far as, I do have a kiln, which I've had for about a year and I love it. But it's just a baby kiln. So it's literally 11 inches by 13 inches. So I am limited to my space as far as that goes. Anything bigger than that, I'd probably utilize the community kiln. But I don't have as much control over the temperature and the whole time and such on that to get the colors that I want on the pot. So it does, I am limited there, but my hope is that in the next few years, I can get a bigger kiln. You just got to talk to the husband.
Yeah.
So the 18 to 22 inch pot, I can't get from you quite yet.
Not quite yet, but I'm working on it.
Awesome. Dave, you had a question?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, well, I guess then you're limited to the size. Like, do you have a preference? Do you like working with, like, you know, smaller pots? Like, what's your personal preference? Or do you like working on something a little bit bigger? Or
I like the challenge of the bigger pots. So the red one that we're looking at right now, that one was actually the first one sold even before we were open at the last auction. I had a customer come up and said, that's the one I want. But I like the challenge of the bigger ones. It's one of those things, I sit down at the wheel and whatever the clay decides is what it gives me, you know? So I try to make sure that I vary it. The oval ones, those are hand built, because obviously on the wheel, you're just throwing around. But I've got a bunch of wooden molds that I use for, I've got different sizes of the oval. I do have an octagon. I have a bigger one as well. It's the max that will fit in my kiln. So
that's awesome.
But the feet have been the biggest challenge for me because you see all these ornate feet and nobody wants to give up their secrets. And I get it. So I've just been experimenting with the, you know, different feet on the pots. And I think my biggest challenge has been learning the depth from the ground and how much space is needed for the wiring underneath. I think that's been my biggest challenge.
Sure.
And also, I guess, I mean, I'm not an expert in pottery, but like when you make a pot, doesn't it also shrink a little bit when you actually put it in the kiln? So for like exact specifications.
It does, but I get the clay that it's a stoneware. And obviously I do it cone 6, which is it vitrifies at that cone. But it is one of the clays that has less shrinkage. So it's more exact to what I want.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see in the comments here, we have Nate that wants to be put in contact with Sarah. So and maybe there's some future commission for you potentially, Sarah.
Yay. I'll take it.
There you go.
I think Nate, if I'm not mistaken, Nate might have a brand new kiln of his own. Is that true? Did Nate get a kiln, or did
I believe he did get one. I think it was Isabella's, if I remember right.
There you go. So a lot of people are taking into this as a potential hobby as they get more into the trees as well. So I got the email address up on the screen. It's been up there for a little while. Yeah, if anybody wants to get in touch with Sarah, go ahead and contact her there. I'll read it out loud. lund.sr36@gmail.com. If that's correct, Sarah, will be fantastic. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to be following your pottery very closely because I'll be very excited when you get into the bigger realm, but I'm not afraid to buy a couple of smaller ones as well. And
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'd love to send more people your way. We've got some great talent right here in Minnesota, and it's all over the country, but it's just so great to have people really warming up to other potters and thinking a little bit outside the box. And so fantastic. This little one that I'm looking at right now, this very shallow one, what's the diameter on that? Do you recall that one that's on the picture right now?
I'm seeing the oval one.
Is that okay? Oval. Yeah. How wide left to right is that guy? There you go.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that. She reached right back and grabbed it. All right.
So hang on one second. Grab
Probably in that 10-inch range, just by
grab
guess.
my ruler.
Yeah.
So this is about 8.5. So it's about 8.5.
Oh, it's not even 10. All right.
And it is about a little over an inch deep.
I could see some beautiful holiday cactuses, folks, in that one, like the one I have in a pot that's a little deeper. But what a great pot for that.
That would be perfect.
Thank you.
I'm going to go back to this one because it's my favorite tonight. Do you still have this one? Sarah, you broke out last time I asked you this. Do you have this? Oh, she's reaching back, everybody.
This has to be one of my favorite ones that I've made so far.
Wow.
Just with the feet and
if you're really
the speckled clay.
That might have to have Dave's name on it.
Yeah, I love this one. This one is 6.5.
All right.
And it is 1 3/4.
Oh, lovely. And show me, it's round. It is round, right?
It is round, correct.
It's oval on the picture, but it's round. Oh, I love the pot. If you want to put my name near that one, that might have to be purchased before the first.
I'll save it just for you.
Oh my gosh.
Now, do you find it a little bit difficult to part with any of your pieces because you put so much work into it? You'd be like, oh, I kind of want to just keep this one to myself. Do you ever?
I did in the beginning, but that's when they looked a lot more wonky. and now it's I want to clear my shelves so I can just continue to make more.
Gotcha. And I don't know if we asked it, do you have your own bonsai collection or how much?
I'm strictly pots.
Okay, gotcha.
I have a cat, so she eats plants.
Gotcha.
That can be an issue.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go back to something you said very early on in the discussion, and that's something that we've talked about a lot at the expo this past July here that we put together. And I think people should really, listen to this part of this is buy the pots. If you find a pot you love, like the one she just showed us, and I love the pot, I'm going to find a tree for that pot eventually. I have some ideas in the back of my brain, but I'll find a tree and it might be a year or 2 or 3 down the road. But when we have pots to select from, it's so cool. And we can find it. We don't have to have a tree and then go searching for that pot. I love that Sarah said that. And of course, there's so much out there. So when you find one in bonsai, a tree or a pot, grab it while you can.
Well, and I just want to say thanks so much for including me in on this. It's an adventure and I can't wait to do more with it. So.
A question: Do you have like a social media account besides your email where people can just see your pictures and such?
I do. I'm on the TikTok and also on Instagram.
Okay.
And I believe the only thing I post out there is my dogs and my pottery. So,
what's your Instagram handle?
You know what? I have to double check. Give me one moment here.
Oh, I don't blame you whatsoever. While you're doing that, I'm going to tell everybody to say goodbye to that pot right there because Dave's going to be the proud new owner of that. And so I don't mean to rub it in here, folks, but I found me a new pot. An early Christmas present to me. What's the handle there, Sarah, for your Instagram for people?
Do we lose her again?
We'll have to get her back. We got to get that.
Got to get it.
We got to get it.
Maybe refresh. Oh, there you go. Let's see. The anticipation.
All right.
Oh, maybe. Anybody? Let's see. What do we got in the comments going on?
We're kind of frozen. Anybody got some great comments? All right.
Oh, Steve, you need a carrot tree for your rabbits. Oh, okay. Oh, we're back.
There it is.
So if you search on Instagram, Sarah, SARA, space Moreus, MOREUS, space Lund, LUND. That's how you'll find me.
Awesome. I will
And
definitely.
then I do have, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I said I will definitely follow you after this call.
Wonderful. And then I'm going to put out there on the Instagram my TikTok thing as well, so that way it can be connected. I have to get my daughter to help me with that.
Oh, we got to have these young kids around us, don't we?
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for hanging out with us, Bonsai Nuts, for a while. We do appreciate it. Loving your work. And yeah, I'll be in touch with you very soon about that blue pot and some other things for down the future.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
Thanks. You too, Sarah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty. There we go. That pot has my name on it. I
Oh,
can't
man.
wait.
Present for yourself, Dave.
I knew I wanted to buy one of her pots. When she sent me the pictures, that one stuck out to me. It's like, I'm just going to buy it. It's like one of those things, you just get a gut reaction and I'm going to buy it. That red one was pretty bold too. That was cool. Someone mentioned something about the bold one. Awesome. Well, let me go ahead and get the invite link for Mr. Steve so he can go ahead and join us. We'll put that in the link there, Steve, for you. And you can join our conversation. We'd love to have you here. So here we go. Here's the link. So we'll have Steve from Steve's Backyard Bonsai with us momentarily.
There we go.
Joining us in studio.
I'm thinking about, have you ever thought about taking up pottery or anything? Because that's something that I've always had in the back of my mind.
Well, I have, and one of my better buds from MBS, Mark Lundquist, and he and I and another buddy, Alan, were just having brunch yesterday, and we talked more about the journey besides just trees, you know, and pottery is something that Mark's taken up a little bit, and Alan's doing some woodwork he's going to incorporate into bonsai pretty soon. So very, very cool ideas out there, and I'm looking forward to myself. Maybe in retirement here, knock on wood, in a couple of years from my teaching gig, I would love to do a couple things in pottery. And here's what I'm going to ask. I didn't ask her this when she was live on the air. I didn't want to put her on the spot, but she would be another person that I would love to get a workshop around where she can show us what she's learned so far. And we could all make a small pot that will fit in her kiln, and we'll give her the business and she can show us what to do. And there's a lot of folks like myself that would love to just have an afternoon learning how to make a pot. We just get 6 to 10 people or whatever size she could handle. So I'm gonna hit her up for a workshop with Dave's Bonsai at some level here in Minnesota. Now, again, sorry to rub that into everybody else who can't come to Minnesota for that. But I tell you what, everybody, it doesn't hurt to ask. Find someone who's doing this stuff and just ask. The bonsai community is so amazing, and everybody is so helpful that I think we can get a lot of things like that for a lot of people. Hey, it's the one and only Steve.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Steve.
How you doing, guys?
Doing
We are
well.
doing all right. The question is, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I can't see the chat when I'm on StreamYard though.
If is there like a little word balloon on your screen at all?
A word balloon?
Like a little. Okay, 'cause I just found out how to look at the chat on this as well. So
Down below.
Yeah, because I can see it on mine. How's everything over there on Long Island right now? Are you getting the wind that I'm getting over here in Pennsylvania?
Oh yeah, it was real windy today. I was raking leaves, and it was just blowing all over the place. It's 43 degrees, 54 in my greenhouse right now with the heat on. Just trying to. I think it's going down in the 30s tonight, so I want to be a little careful. I picked up on the street today. I picked up 2 IKEA benches that somebody was throwing away from their. I guess from their kitchen set. So I stuck them in the greenhouse. My wife said, "Oh, they'll fit right in the corner there." But I said, I didn't think she was right, but she was right. They fit right in the corner.
There you go. I love a good sidewalk score there.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. Oh, and I also want to tell you about my new bonsai tool that I bought from Facebook Marketplace. I have a couple of trees. One of them is Candace's Procumbens juniper on the rock that Dave gave me, and it's got a lot of muck and roots starting. So I started to try and pick away the muck so I can check out the roots. And I thought, boy, if I only had a water pick that I could use for this, it would be great. So I saw one on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm dying to use it just to blast away the dirt around the roots, and also on my dawn redwood forest. So that'll be my new tool.
That's a good idea, actually. I never even thought about that.
Yeah, because you can adjust the pressure.
The intensity of it, yeah.
Even just for when you're repotting and working on the roots, potentially that could be kind of cool.
Yeah, because I tried picking them away, and I kept like pulling them, and I was afraid I was going to break a root. It's not the best time of year to be doing that. So yeah, I'm going to do a video of it if I can get a nice day. I don't want to do it in the greenhouse; the water will be everywhere. But
Gotcha.
I want to move it outside.
Man, I'm jealous of your dawn redwoods that I saw the other day, all nice and green. I think I commented about mine are all crispy. I think I have my one over here, and it's not looking. I mean, the leaves are just falling off, so they're not quite as green as yours. But
yeah, the leaves are mostly gone on mine, hanging on a little bit, but I pretty much pruned them all off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, mine are.
Oh yeah.
A little.
Yeah, you can yank those leaves right off. Just pull along the stem. Watch out for those buds though, because you want to keep the ones you want.
I was gonna say I just gotta watch out for those buds, so I'll probably do that. Hopefully, I can work on this guy this week at some point. But
yeah, nice.
Always jealous of the dawn redwoods. They're looking amazing. What else is coming up? What else are you working on these days?
Well, those two root over rocks are really, they're the only root over rocks that I have, and I want to make them special. So the one on my dawn redwood forest, I need to generate roots on one whole side that there are no roots. So I'm going to be cutting that, mucking it up again, and I'd like to do it now. So in the spring, when it's I don't have to worry about it when I'm in the middle of repotting season. I brought a lot of the trees that I want to work on in the spring. I brought them into the greenhouse. So it's pretty full right now of all just little things that I don't want to get eaten by rabbits. I have all of the ginkgos that got eaten last year. I got them in the greenhouse. So I'm just trying to plan new content.
Gotcha. How about that? How about the penging that you were working on?
Yeah.
Bunch of parts. How's the thought process going on that guy these days?
I've got the next piece of it is going to be to place the sidewalk in it permanently, but removable, so that when I need to take it out and get it out of the way to take trees out or put trees in, I can do that. And Dave, you gave me a good idea. I need to have the height just right. So I thought, well, why don't I try Lego? And then I can, glue one down and then snap it in and get it just to the right height.
That's art. That's a good idea. Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah, I also I'm going to be sticking a piece of aluminum square tubing to the bottom of the sidewalk pieces that I made, so that I could lift it out in one piece and not have it fall apart. The whole idea with that is longevity. Everything that I do in there, as part of the penging, has got to be permanent. The trees can come and go. As a matter of fact, I haven't really thought about the trees very much, because I'm just trying to think through it. So as soon as I'm done with those root over rock water pick experiments, I'll start up again on the penging.
Now that's something I don't remember if you mentioned before, but do you have an engineering background? Because is that what you did in a past life? Because you're retired now, right?
I'm retired. No, I wasn't an engineer. I was a corporate real estate expert, but space planning was part of that, and just making sure you can fit as many things into a small space as possible. That's kind of what my what my background is.
Gotcha.
But no, this is just something I dreamed about, when I was on the train, and always wanted to do. So now I got more time.
Because you're always so articulate in all of your videos, so it's very inspiring. So
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Corporate real estate to bonsai. Who'd have thunk?
Who'd have thunk? Well, I was trying to make time for it while I was still working, but all I could really manage to do was collect seeds and and grow them, because I was right near Central Park. That's where all my Dawn Redwood seeds came from.
That's awesome.
I had 80 Dawn Redwoods at one time.
That's intense. Wow. Where did you sell them? Did you
No, I still got a bunch of them in pots. Dave saw them when he was here. And a lot of the pots just attach themselves to the ground. So I gotta dig them out now.
Gotcha. Man.
People online talking about the root whisperer, Nigel Saunders, right now. I've been just the master root surgeon.
Yeah, well, he's my inspiration for root pruning, and I want to make him proud. So I'll be doing some hacking in the spring.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting excited for that root pruning season coming up. Actually, that's one of my favorite parts. Just we get to see what's above the ground so often. I'm excited to see what's going to happen below ground.
I just can't believe how brutal Nigel gets on his roots, and they come back. Especially on his Dawn Redwood, he repots that every year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, some species we certainly can every year. It's kind of amazing. We just some of us just have to get more. I mean, I'm being told to put my scissors down all the time, but some of us just need a little guts from time to time, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
What's that? Kill it or make it a bonsai, right?
That's right.
Luca's down here keeping me company. Let me see if I can
Luca.
Oh,
Yeah, Luca.
Hey,
Luca.
It's Dave. Both of us.
It's the Daves. Hey,
Luca.
Fantastic. So now that we're going to start getting into the head of winter here pretty soon, what do you two do? What do you look forward to in the winter with bonsai? Is it a break for you? Is it all the cool new ideas, or what do you both look forward to with this winter around the corner here?
Well, for me, I don't have too many tropicals, so I'll pull a tree into the greenhouse that's bare, start looking at where the buds are, maybe prune a little back, and that's going to be here and there. But the real project for winter is that penging that I'm working on. So I've been thinking about it. You've been thinking about that
since I was in Long Island, and probably 6 months before that.
Yeah. My nephew has a 3D printer, and he's trying to talk me into doing some under the soil lighting and wiring and things. So I'm trying to think of how I can incorporate that. That's street lights.
Yeah. Wow.
Take it
to a whole new level.
Yeah. I don't really have any winter projects at the moment. I mean, I do have a decent amount.
Come on. What about all the seeds you got planted?
I do. I'm trying to cut back on some of the seeds, but the ones that you sent me, I got going. Man, what else do I got? I have I have a lot of avocado trees that I started that I need to thin out the herd a little bit and trim those down. So I'm sure I'll still be pruning some of these tropical, some of the lemons, stuff like that. But I was
when's your time lapse coming out for the?
It's gonna be soon. So that one, I was actually thinking about that one today. So I have the time lapse going. I have a Thanksgiving cactus that I've had at my office for a year. It just lapsed over to a year last week. So I'm thinking I might do it the week of Thanksgiving. So because I haven't finished editing yet, because it's taken.
Is it blooming?
It's not blooming yet. It's just about to bloom. So they'll be opening up soon. So I figured I'd throw it when it's actually in bloom too. So because it started last year as it was starting to bloom, and then stopped and grew out throughout the year, and now it's starting to bloom again. So the cycle is complete. So it'll be a cool one.
Dave Weiss, you're responsible for us growing Thanksgiving cactuses as bonsai.
I love it. There's more than just a few of us, so I love that. I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I finally have the triad. I have an Easter cactus, Christmas cactus, and Thanksgiving cactus. So
Boy, you've taken it to a whole new level.
I still got to work on the other Christmas cactus and Easter cactus. So that'll probably
my other one blooms on Martin Luther King's birthday every year.
I remember that one. That's awesome.
My MLK cactus, or I call it either MLK or Valentine's Day cactus. So
there you go.
Holiday cactuses come in all different.
They do. They do. Fantastic. So another question for you both. Wrapping up another year. We're halfway through November. Any huge takeaway for you? What was a big takeaway for your bonsai this year? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think that one over. But as you progressed into bonsai this year, any learning that you'd share with everybody else, or just a discovery of your own bonsai hobby? A reaction to that question from either of you?
Well, it's a little played out for me, but I really was devastated by rabbits last winter, and so I'm going to have to take a little bit more care. When I put my bonsai under the bench, there was a space about this big under where the top of my bench. I put it down in the front.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to put some mesh along that front face so that the rabbits can't get in. The other side is a chain link fence. The chipmunks will be able to get in, but they don't seem to bother the trees that much. They dig a little bit, you know.
Gotcha.
Critter care.
Yeah,
That's my biggest takeaway from this year. And you know, they're brutal. I love the little bunnies around, but my God.
Yeah. Mine was with squirrels last year, and I tried it, or I guess this spring. They say the Irish Spring soap. They say if you do shavings, that helps a little bit. But
yeah.
I didn't have it so bad. But my big takeaway this year was just let it grow. Like I wasn't.
I did that too.
Yeah, I let a lot of my trees grow, some that I normally would prune, and they thrived. They did great. So yeah, that was the biggest thing. One of my goals I wanted to do was I wanted to do more penging this year, because I have a few ideas in the back of my mind that I've been brewing for a while, and I unfortunately didn't get to do as many, but yeah, that'll hopefully be my continued to 2026 goal to get more penging. So.
The biggest takeaway with pengings is it's very little bit about the trees, you know. That the trees are the afterthought.
For sure. Absolutely. Yeah. How about you, Dave? Any takeaways from this year?
Well, I do have to mirror your Let It Grow season, because my year I had this year was a Let It Grow for life reasons, and just not being able to manage it all. And so, you know, I teach this to people in the Minnesota Bonsai Society all the time. You know, don't bite off more than you can chew, but also don't just have one tree, because then we love our trees to death. But yeah, just you have to have the backup plan. You have to have someone who you trust and who you know who can make sure that they help you if you are getting a little bit big on the tree count and you don't have access to your trees as much, or you're gone on a road trip, or whatever you're doing, or something, you know, happens in people's lives, right? With illnesses, and it just changes. You moved this year, Dave, and you learned firsthand, you know, when you've got trees and as many as you have, that was a significant part of the stress involved in your life with moving. So if you don't have the security network, you don't have a safety net, your trees can suffer. And I've lost a few trees. I've shared some of them on my channel, not all of them, but my losses. But yeah, it's quite humbling, of course, when you think you got something rolling and just a little kink in the plan can really mess your trees up. So whether it's bunnies, whether it's life in other ways, yeah, so I let things grow, which was fabulous for the trees. I just let it grow. They really shot up some wonderful growth. And just, yeah, when you start to get a couple of trees in your collection, you know, I try to tell people this is a very approachable hobby. I mean, you can do it. I mean, people can do bonsai. It doesn't have to be this award-winning tree in a few years or ever, maybe. But you can grab a half a dozen trees of various varieties and have a really good time with it. But it can consume you, and then you get too heavy into it. You can have so many trees that you start to you start to have maybe less quality care of your trees. And so I go back to Jonas's comment from the expo, you know, do I have 24 mediocre trees or do I have 8 to 12 really, really good trees? And that's the goal for a lot of us, I suppose. But boy, do we have a hard time. And I'm only going to make fun of Nigel once here. I think he has said about a dozen times in the last 2 years that he was going to shrink his collection.
Only to get bigger.
Nigel, I don't know if you're making any progress in that goal of yours, but I'll just say that once because I'm no different.
Well, yeah. When do you consider it a tree? I could probably have like hundreds of little. Too. And do you have, well, you said you don't have 80 dawn redwoods anymore, but yeah, it does add up quickly.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I might still have 80 dawn redwoods. They're all over the place.
Oh, that's awesome. Any 2026 goals for like or like species that you want to focus on more next year?
Well, I'm staying away from the tropicals. I know there's just no room in the house to bring them, you know. So everything I have has to survive the winter outside, except for the ones I grab and bring into the house. Matt Brennan told me about a I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's a spray you spray for deer and rabbits, and I'm going to be using that a lot too to see it. They just hate the smell, so
yeah. So people have chipped in. We got Stott saying Irish Spring does work. Dave, we've got also cayenne pepper. I think from Patricia mentioned cayenne pepper. So
yeah. That's a good idea.
People have used for their plants and their gardens. Not just for bonsai. So yeah, there's a few things out there you can do. I've also used dryer sheets in all my cold frames for the last few years. The dryer sheets they don't like as well. So that.
Question.
Speaking of cold frames, how's that Bonsai Acre cold frame coming?
I should have snapped a picture. Cold frame is great. I was just there yesterday into this morning. I spent the night in the RV, and the cold frame is holding its temperature. It's got the lights set up. It's got the fans going. The solar array is keeping it juiced up for about 6 to 7 days without me having to turn off any power, which is good.
Nice.
Just the residual loss of energy, even when the lights are not on. But the lights are on for about 6 hours a day right now, and that's using about 135 watts. And so if the sun is out like today, I'm getting over 400 to 500 watts of power in and only losing 130 to 40 watts out. So I kind of stay neutral on sunny days. So the trees are happy. I'm really amazed at how little I've had to water so far. It's been very, it's been a warm fall for us. And so it's not a very dry, cold Arctic air coming in yet. So there's still a bit of humidity in the cold frame. So I have not had to water much, which has been kind of nice. But I am going up there once a week to check out all the plants. But thumbs up all the way from my standpoint so far.
Well, you guys' cameras make you guys look good. I'm on my front camera on my iPad. It's all.
Oh, you're looking great there, Steve.
I'm on a white background. Dave looks great. You see all his trees there.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh man, question for you guys for your indoor setups. What do you use for trays? Because one of the things that I'm finding annoying every year is if I have a bunch of trees inside, I got like the little trays at the bottom. I found like hoagie trays work. I recently saw that I thought about using dog crate trays that are like really huge because the little trays getting the water out all the time. What do you guys use?
All right, so I went to the dollar store, and you know those aluminum pans that they sell. They have the clear plastic tops.
Okay.
So I just bought the tops for pennies, and I use those under my trees in the greenhouse so that they in the house, whatever I can find, you know.
Yeah, that's pick up that one.
Yeah.
Boot trays have come up several times on the chat. I use boot trays all the time. You know, when I go to the big box stores, you can get a boot tray for $4. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like when they make the curvy, pretty fancy ones. I just want a rectangle. And there's one brand that's really thick and kind of rubbery, more rubbery than plastic, that I found one year. I don't remember what box store it was at, but they were like ridiculously on clearance for like $9. They're usually $36 online. and I've never seen them under 25 cents at the box store, but they were at $9. I bought 2. I mean, I should have bought 10.
Do they smell?
I've not noticed a horrible smell. The only challenge with them, although it's actually a good thing, I thought it was a challenge, but it's a good thing because I've used them twice for actually trees. And if you don't dig enough holes in the bottom, the water might sit in there and not release because there's bumps, in a lot of boot trays. Not all of them, but some of them have bumps in them. And these really nice, expensive ones that I have about a half a dozen of them right now in my collection. They're good height, they're good thickness, they're durable, but they have bumps at the bottom, so your trees never sit in the water if you have no other grate system in there. So that's beneficial. But they are costly unless they're on this ridiculous sale like I found like 3-4 years ago. And that's when I was really not spending as much money on bonsai as I do today. So I was too cheap to buy the good stuff. Boot trays at Home Depot, yeah, $10, $5. I've seen them as low as $5 at Menards, another big box store. So yeah.
One thing that I was looking at Home Depot, but I was being a little cheap on, is they have these dishwasher trays that are 31 by 31, I believe. It was like $30. I was like, do I want to spend $30 on a giant piece of plastic? But
that actually sounds cheap. I thought they were much more than that.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to run back over there and get some. But
yeah, it's for underneath your wash machines or whatever, in case there's any leaks or whatever.
Because I think
you can always find cookie sheets at the thrift store.
That's true. They get kind of
they're nice and shallow.
Yeah. Someone mentioned cookie sheets or aluminum pans. That's right.
True.
Nice.
Lots of ideas here. Yeah, I also saw, like I think I mentioned earlier, the dog crate trays. They have like 48 by 31 inch ones that you can buy.
Yeah. The crate trays, right.
Yeah.
They're good.
Because my hope is that I could have, just have on my table here, like my tray on the incline a little bit, so all the water goes down, and I wanted to drill a hole at the very end, so all the water just collects at the end.
Yeah, some people reuse their water.
I can't tell you how important it is not to worry about water splashing. If you got something that like in the greenhouse with the concrete floor, it's just great. I just water and things spill on the floor. It's great. Those flood tables, you've seen those?
Flood tables. I don't.
Yeah,
I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. I don't have any, but I think that
there's
a
some
great idea.
Yeah, there's some pretty intricate setups where, like, say if you took that under dishwasher thing or under washer thing, Dave, and you put a hole in the one end and you just put a couple of shims on one end of it. Just a shim is all you need, right? And then water all goes to one corner. You have a bucket underneath there, and every time you water, the excess water is there, especially if you're using liquid fertilizer, and you can reuse the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, maybe I'll make a video on this in the coming future.
Here you go. We have a question.
That could be a winter project.
There you go, winter project. I don't know how many questions have come through that we've missed, but here's a question. What bonsai can I find under $40 that don't need long lighting? Frequent water is not a problem. Leaves needs to be equal or smaller than Portulacaria afra. Ooh, that's pretty specific. Small leaves. Well, a lot of people do a Chinese elm and can bring those indoors for the winter. And Chinese elm leaves are about Portulacaria size, sometimes a little bigger, sometimes a little smaller, but it's an indoor-outdoor tree. Very, very good beginner tree. I think a lot. I'd like to do more workshops with Chinese elms because, they can be so brutally hardy when you make mistakes. I thought I lost my Candace windswept bonsai that everybody.
Oh, that one bounced back beautifully.
That one just came back like you just wouldn't have guessed it had any issue at all. So that would be a possible. And any other suggestions for Robert T3 or Robert 3 on bonsai trees? PAs are wonderful. I love the Portulacaria afras. All the ficus trees leaves are a little bit bigger than PAs for sure. When you got tiger barks and willow leaves, and they're all pretty big at first, and they might get slower down or smaller size. But anybody else have smaller ideas? I know I have an acacia tree that has really tiny leaves. They close up at night and they have the beautiful open, long, skinny, little tiny leaves on there. They're small, but they kind of go in the almost like what is it called? Fronds, or what's the plant I'm thinking about?
The compound leaves.
Yeah, they have a whole bunch on one stem. My Brazilian rain tree is another one.
The Seiju elm. The
Seiju
Seiju elm.
Sage elm. Here's my Seiju elm, and you can see compared to my hand, these leaves are babies. So
Yeah.
so they're little tiny ones. That's a good one. This is actually one that I got from as a gift. So I would recommend. I'm really excited about the Seiju elm because this is the first one that I've had. So that'd be my recommendation.
Have you tried cuttings?
I haven't actually. I let this one grow all year. It started growing. It was just a stick in a pot, just from like here to here. And I'm excited to try cuttings, but I might not do any work on this till it starts to bud out again, just so I can get the cuttings. Because I think if I prune it now, I don't know if the cuttings would take. I don't know. What do you think?
No, springtime.
Okay. Other small ones. What is that? There's that really small leaf succulent. Is it like too little leaf?
Too little leaf is up there right now. Stott talked to us about that one.
But that's not a succulent, though. You were saying succulent?
Well, I don't know if that Robert wanted just succulent. He just wanted a small tree with low light needs, but watering's not an issue. The Sarissa japonica from Bald Yeti is a possible option. And then we have our good friend at Nature State Bonsai, Walleye. Chinese sweet plum has leaves about the size of a port. I've not heard of a Chinese sweet plum. There you go. So new ficus, our new tree species is wonderful.
All right, Chinese sweet plum. I've never heard of that either.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. Thanks for the suggestions, everybody. Helping out our folks here at the BYC.
How many people? You got 50 people watching? Is that possible?
I have 38 on my end, so I don't know what you're getting, but I have 38.
Oh, it says 50 there.
Well, there you go.
That's awesome.
That's nice that we've had
50 comments.
There you go. 50 comments. 40 people watching right now. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We are coming up on 6 o'clock, so we probably will wrap this up fairly quickly. If there's any other pressing questions as we head into the winter solstice in about a month, shoot them on out right here. Small leaf boxwood was another recommendation for water. Now, those are not going to be indoor plants, so you have to winterize them a little bit. I have you put most of mine in a cold frame.
Japanese holly. Some of them are pretty small.
There you go. Very, very cool. Let's get a shout out to one of my dear friends from when I'm not doing bonsai. Can I get a shout out? Joseph. There's Joseph. Hey, Joseph, thanks for joining us. Appreciate that, my friend. Look at that. Joseph, you got a shout out from the one, the only Nigel Saunders of the Bonsai Zone. Joseph, you should sleep well tonight with sweet dreams, my friend. Thanks for checking out the show. I appreciate that, Joseph. Very nice. Awesome. Here we go. This is such an amazing forum. Thanks, Daves.
Daves.
We hope so. And, we've been kind of, swinging at the hips a little bit. We had our first guest tonight with Sarah and Steve. We'd like to invite people on to share maybe a story of a bonsai. I love legacy stories. I love journeys. I'd love to hear more from Nate about his journey with his going to get that kill.
Yeah.
And, just stuff like that, and talking about what's working for people, what's not working for people. None of us are experts. None of us claim to be. We love what we do. We're passionate about it. And those of us that do channels, all we're doing is trying to share the wealth. And so I appreciate that people appreciate that about this forum. And I can't think of a better place to hang out on an hour here, hour there, any day of the week. So my thanks for everybody for watching. Steve, thanks for joining us live today as a guest. That was awesome.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll see you next time. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Thanks to thanks to Steve. I cut him off. I hope he had something. If you had something important to say, Steve, there, type it in the old chat. Hope you can find the chat.
We appreciate it, Steve.
I lost the chat suggestions for a while. It went black. Oh, anybody quickly remember, Dave, you remember we had, what kind of suggestions did we have for those trees? Let me see. We had the Sarissa, what was it?
The sweet plum, was it the
Chinese sweet plum? Sarissa japonica might work. People talked about the Chinese elm. What else?
The Chinese elm, the Seiju elm.
Seiju elm, small leaf boxwoods.
Yeah, holly. There was a holly.
Holly in there. There you go. I hope you can get from there. All right. Thanks for all the appreciation, everybody. And we'll do this again next month in December. It's a busy holiday month, but you know what? We can always make time, about an hour, to talk bonsai. Don't you think, Dave?
I think we can make it happen. We'll make it happen.
All right. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. We'll hope to make it happen. Hey, if you want to connect with Dave over there at Dreaming of Bonsai, there's his email right there, dreamingofbonsai@gmail.com. If you want to check with me, bonsaiacres@gmail.com. We are the BYC. It's the Bonsai YouTube committee. So glad to have you all here. Happy holidays to all of you. If we don't connect between now and the new year, be safe, have fun, take care of your trees. As always, take care of you as well. And Dave, I appreciate you co-hosting with me, buddy.
Likewise, I appreciate you, Dave. Until next time. Thank you, everybody.
We'll catch you guys all very, very soon doing something in relationship to bonsai. All right. Take care, everybody.